What's going on, guys? It is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech. Let me get an audio. Let me get a sound check. Let me get a video check. Let me know how I'm feeding. Make sure my sound is good. Make sure the video is good. And then we can get started with today's topics. Sounds good? Yeah, let me know if the sound is good, and let me know if the video is feeding well also. Wait for all of the viewers to kind of pile in here. We'll go ahead and do the normal. Let's go ahead and run roll. I got Frankie in the house. Says CDMA in the house. My goodness, man. Frankie. One of my moderators get Frankie in a timeout if he says CDMA. I don't care how he spells it. Get him on a timeout if he gets out of line. I know. Rafi is here. He's moderating. He's got the big wrench. Watch yourselves out there. Mark Hoyle is in the house. The Mad Bird, newest member of the Patreon. Thank you for being here. Also, the newest moderator here on the channel. So glad to have you as well. Who else is here? Tom is here. Seabass is here. Glad you can make it. Pete's in the house. Glad he could be here. What's going on, Pete? Long time no speak. Sound good? All right, awesome. Tom says, Raph, did you put me on slow-mo? Actually, I put everybody on slow-mo. You can't write more than one message every 45 seconds. I'm having a really, really hard time keeping up in the live chat lately. It's been awesome that everybody's so active and partaking in the conversation, but I've been struggling to keep up with the pace. There's just been a lot. So I figured if I can get everybody at a 45-second interval between all their comments, it'll make things a little bit more organized and more sequential, and I can get to everybody. All right, Tito's here, says audio's good. Jessica Fuller, glad you could be here. Howdy doody. Hurlemania, check 1 2 1 2. In the place to be with your man Sneed. I think that's how that goes. Audio video is good, awesome. Yeah, Madbird has received the promotion. That's okay if you see the molding. Not a big deal. Bill Hunt is in the house. Tom, you are not in particular on slow-mo. Everybody is. It's nothing personal. It's just me trying to keep up. Do you want me to change the camera angle? I can change it. I just, this was the way for me to actually access like a better camera setup in terms of quality. So if you guys could let me know if you notice an audio difference, if you notice video difference as well, because I'm trying to get higher definition video quality on the live streams. I thought this could be a good way to have it set up that I would. So let me know if that's working for you. I'm trying to catch up. See, Jessica says sound and video is good. Awesome. Bruce is here. What's happening? Only got 4 thumbs up. That needs to change. Let's get some more likes, guys, for the video. Hit the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I know, Rafi. Frankie be getting out of line sometimes. Timothy Ball is in the house. Xander is here. Oh, and by the way, Xander brings up a good question. He's asking, is this from Visible? I'm actually live streaming from my Google Pixel 3a XL with my Visible SIM card in it. So how you're viewing this live stream is over the visible network, aka Verizon's tentacles. Yeah, everybody's on slow mode. Maybe since you guys don't like slow motion, I might have to turn this off later. I think this may be the only one. Man, I wonder if I should just go in and, all right, you guys seem pretty pissed about the whole thing. Everybody hang tight. I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if I can edit the info in the settings and see if I can get it off. It might. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see if I can turn slow mo. You guys are really, really not happy about the whole slow motion thing. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, I think I can disable it. All right. You guys are pretty bummed out about that. Sheesh. I had no idea it was so critical. I guess I could just kind of roll how I normally do. All right, let's see what happens here. All right. So it seems to be feeding well. Not seeing any major issues. Let me get back into the live chat here. Slow mode is off. All right. Tom, I'm running the Google Pixel 3a XL with my visible SIM. It's a phone that I already bought. I bought it, unlocked from Best Buy. I got a $100 gift card, and I used that towards a Ring doorbell thingy. Sorry, Xander. The best I could do is 720p through Hangouts. Nothing much I could do about that. But other than that, is the video good? Tom should be 720p. I don't know why it would be 480. Melissa, howdy. Glad you could be here. Video looks good. It sounds great. Thank you for the update. Max quality 720p. That's what I expect. You look like you're in your closet. That's not good. Kenneth Espinosa says, I have Cricket, tired of Sprint. Cricket's probably a better option in terms of national coverage. I don't know about the speeds, but LTE availability wise, it's probably really, really good. Hold on, my brother's texting me something about T-Mobile. Well, listen to this. My brother just got a customer reward program from T-Mobile. 100 randomly selected users have received this invitation. You have 1 minute and 25 seconds to answer the following question. I don't know what to tell him. I guess answer it and try to get it. What? I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna have to look up at it. Anyways, he's texting me during my live stream. I can't get into that. All right, let me get back in here. Okay. Anyways, back into the live chat. Hello from Florida. That's coming from Danielle. We will survive the slow mode. Caesar's in the house. I'm gonna have to turn this off. My brother's. One of the most underrated pieces of hardware I've ever had. The OnePlus 6T. I think it's all OnePlus devices. Has that slider like the iPhones that silences everything. It is probably the most important feature that every phone should have. Seriously. Where are we at in this live chat, man? I think I was at Caesar, wasn't it? Where am I at here? Okay. Yeah, Caesar in North Carolina. That's right. Yeah, Xander, we're off of slow mode. Madbird, thanks for letting him know. That's the device I'm getting. I have two phones. I have the OnePlus 6T right now, which I may give to my brother, actually, if he's in the live chat. I might, give it to him. He seems to want an upgrade. So, Sebastian, no spamming, please. Yeah, and I'm using the visible service in my Google Pixel 3 XL, which I have no problem going back to it. But using the OnePlus 6T for channel production has been much better than using the Google Pixel 3 XL, just because the Google phone has a 6 series processor and the OnePlus 6D has an 8 series processor. I know, Jessica, but everybody's all tripping, you know. I know, Rafi, everybody's all picky. Mark Hoyle with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. I'm actually thinking about adopting like a sound every time somebody does a super chat. You guys have any ideas? You know, like an alarm or like a siren or a horn every time there's a super chat. So, Mark Hoyle, thank you for the donation, buddy. Much appreciated. All super chats, of course, are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Bruce is here from Lake Alfred, Florida, or as my friends in Florida call it, Florida. Tom says video looks bad. Is that true? Maybe they're deprioritizing me. I wanted to do this on purpose from the visible sim. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe they're deprioritizing me. I don't know. What if it gets really bad? Let me know if it doesn't get better, because then I could just put it on Wi-Fi. Michael Rodriguez says, "Hey, Sneed, Dish better not mess this merger up, bro. I need it." A lot of people want this merger to happen, man. Hopefully things get ironed out soon. I have some good news actually to report. So, Love Tech 47, what's going on, man? Angel, what's happening? Glad you could be here. Yeah, Sebastian, stuck on 720p. Video looks better from Matt W. Video good, no lag or delay. I'm on LTE on purpose, and it's looking fine. The Family Dad is here, says, do you know how long it will be before the merger? Our T-Mobile phones be able to utilize the Sprint spectrum. The only concern, well, and I wouldn't even really call it a concern, the Family Dad, is if you have a T-Mobile branded device or you bought a device from T-Mobile that doesn't have CDMA, but it's actually irrelevant because they're not going to be using CDMA. They're going to decommission it. All CDMA spectrum holdings will be allocated to LTE and 5G. So, where are we at here? Kaiman Tang says, retracted. Ooh, somebody made an announcement. Man, I'm still trying to catch up in here, man. Hold on a second. All right, so how's video right now? I don't know. Everybody seems to be reporting different things. I've been trying to stream from the service to show you guys what it's like. Where are we at here? Jessica says I'm trying out Simple Mobile. I believe, is Simple Mobile a T-Mobile MVNO? Tech9 says, if the merger goes through, how long would it take to merge customers? I live in New Mexico with Sprint, and it's crap where I live. But T-Mobile has okay signal. If the merger goes through, would it help? Yeah, obviously, you would probably be one of the biggest beneficiaries because you would be getting like a grandfathered rate, whatever your plan is on Sprint, and you would be obviously capitalizing on the benefits of the merger because you'd be getting your rate plan from Sprint and you'd be getting the service from T-Mobile. So that would be awesome. What's happening, Mike? That's crazy. I mean, what you got to figure out what's going on with that offer. Any T-Mobile users out there get an indication or a notification from T-Mobile that you qualify for like a free phone or something? And they're like high-end phones. It's flagships. It's like the S10, you know, phones like that. So let me know if that's the case. Pete says my phone has that feature, turns on vibrate when I leave the house and gives me a ring when I enter the house. Yeah, there's some pretty cool Google features, man. It's very heavy on the AI. Never knew you had a brother until today. What's his name? Mike. Talking about Broham Mike. Daniel Kissick says, when will the merger be complete, Sneed? You know, if I had to put a time frame on it, it's really hard to say because currently the hangup is pretty simple. It's Dish. If Dish kind of bails, I mean, who knows? They've got until October. If Dish doesn't bail, I mean, talks are in pretty deep and progress has been made. So I expect it sooner than later if Dish stays on. Level up one. Wait, level up tone from Pokemon. Oh, that's a good idea. Anybody want to vote for Pete's idea? A level up tone from Pokemon every time there's a super chat. I was thinking of like a siren or a horn or something. I don't know. Bells, whistles, who knows? Whatever. What's up, Jamal? Glad you could be here, brother. Hey, David B's Tech is in the house. Give the 1+6T to me if you're giving away phones. Thanks for the super chat, Dave. I'm not just giving away phones, man. You know how family is. You got to look out for the fam. He'll probably give me his old phone. I'll have to use it and then sell it, and then he'll get upgraded. So you know how that goes. Yeah, maybe a hunk could work, Caesar. Man, it's 10:15. We haven't even gotten to this material yet. All right. Bruce says video's fine. He's coming in out of York, Pennsylvania. Xander says, have you tried OBS to have those features? What's OBS? I don't even know what that is. Pete says slowly gotten worse. No, it's great. I'm getting mixed. No video and audio is good. From Michael, thank you. All right, Siren could work. All right, looks fine to me from Dave B's Tech. All right, so just so you guys know, for those just getting in, I am live streaming from my Google Pixel 3a XL, and I'm doing so through the Visible service. So prepaid carrier, $40 a month, $20 if you use the referral code that I have in the description box. If you're interested in that, this is how it is. And I think no better way, to actually use the service in a way that shows what it can do. Brian says dim the lights, then it might look more like you're hiding in a closet. I don't think that's what I'm looking for, though. It's not really what I'm trying to achieve. All right, we got 53 viewers in the house. And I'm still trying to catch up in the chat. You guys got a lot to talk about today. Man. All right, Tom got me on the 720p. Cool. Why is all Sebastian's messages getting deleted? And timed out? What is going on? Oh, must be the, yeah, must be. We don't want to hear it. All right, video looks good. Video's fine. Said it was dying. Great on my end from Angel. Tin Man says Sprint's 1/800 will stay for 3 years as they don't want to disrupt service while merging the networks. Well, I don't even know if it would be necessarily 3 years. If the integration takes 3 years, for sure. But I'm hearing that it might not even take that long. I'm hearing integration could take 2 years or less, which sounds really fast to me. I think 3 years is fair as an expectation, so I'm with you on that. Family Dad says video quality is great. David B. Steck says fine, small hiccups, but fine. And if you guys think, like, legit, if you want me to get off the Visible service, I can just put on the Wi-Fi. I pay a pretty hefty dollar for some fast internet. So. But I wanted to try it here and see how it turned out. All right, Xander, thank you. Simple Mobile is owned by TracFone, runs on T-Mobile. Good. Romania says it will be after the lawsuit in October. Brock Bell jumped on Visible because of your look into it. Brock, report back, man. Let me know how that turns out. Everybody's experience is different. Brock, maybe you could tell us how it is so far for you and what market you're in, because that's all relative. Like, I'm in a market in the CLE, the 216, where Verizon's king. So Visible service works great. If it's not a good area for Verizon, I can't recommend Visible. So yeah, Xander, I'm sure that's an issue, but like every tower I've been on hasn't really had much congestion, so I haven't really seen too much of it. My slowest speed so far on Visible service was 8 megabits per second, like 8.5. Since that point, I've gotten nothing but 15, 20, 25 megabits per second on the download. I'm always in the 15 to 25 to 30 range for the upload, which I think is great. Jared, what's happening, man? Glad you could be here. All right, thanks, Danielle, for the update there. That I'm looking all right here. Daniel says, will Sprint customers get a version of T-Mobile Tuesdays? Everybody that's, whether they're with Sprint right now and they get migrated to the new T-Mobile or whatever, they're all going to be new T-Mobile customers. So the T-Mobile Tuesdays thing will be available to all. So no worries and concerns there. No, I forgot something. There we go. All right, now we're in business. Yeah, let's get some likes in here. I only have like 25 likes. There's 65 watching. Let's get more likes. Pete says 2.5 carriers. Xander says 3.5 carriers. Bruce says, I doubt the merger will be complete this year. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Bruce. I respect your opinion, but honestly, it's too far along at this point. Even if Dish was to bounce and back away, I still see them as, T-Mobile finding another suitor at some point. Brian says the only message you get from T-Mobile important your T-Mobile bill is passed. Oh, man. That's awful. Tin Man says Sprint already has rewards app, except the rewards can be used other than Tuesday. Yeah, it's a pretty good offer. I mean, T-Mobile Tuesdays are they're promoted so heavily that everybody knows them, and they seem to be a great deal. Herlemania says, if the strike's a deal, I hear they're going to bring back Charlie Chat. Charlie Chat. Angel says, correction, Simple Mobile using T-Mobile network. Okay. Where are we at here? Man, I just lost my place in the chat. This sucks. Where did I don't even know where I'm at here. Okay, hold on. I think I found it. Sebastian said, who temporarily banned me? That was, I think, it wasn't me. Definitely one of my moderators, but I'm not sure. Who was it? Pete knows that I pay a lot for Cox, man. I don't know. I might as well just let me know if the video is disrupted enough where I need to get on Wi-Fi. I have no problem doing that. Tom, do not chat through the Visible app. Get on the web. Like, use your browser on a desktop or a laptop or a Chromebook. Do not go through the app. You will not get through to anybody. They don't respond or it's broken. Davies Tech with the super chat. I'm a B-Ham radio net control for TM Parade. Big shout out to David B's Tech, guys. Contributor here to the podcast and the channel. A fine young man, a patron, a good friend of mine. Big ups to David B's Tech. Thank you for the donation, sir. Hadika, glad you could be here. Never too late. Hey, Hadika, like, who still jailbreaks iPhones? Like, you're one of the last of the Mohicans, I guess. M. Kelleher is in the house. Says, I guess now T-Mobile will have plus $34 billion in debt. That is the only reason not to do it. T-Mobile doesn't necessarily inherit the debt. There's ways that they can defer that and figure out ways to deal with it. So, not necessarily the case. Timothy Ball says, new Un-carrier move on July 21st. Stay tuned. I mean, you say that pretty confidently as if it's confirmed. I haven't heard anything about it, but we'll be on the lookout. Hopefully there's some leaked info between now and then. Sorry, guys. I drank some soda earlier, and now I'm paying the cost. Mark Garcia says, time to put the screws to Dish, I think, to force them to commit at this point. You know what, Mark? Dish is a pain, man. They're just – Charlie Ergen's – he's a pain in the rear end, dude. I don't know. Things are progressing, but he's really trying to milk the game. Dika says, Visible sucks at my job. I get no service frequently at work, but at home it's still fine. Herlemania says, Verizon is not king in the CLE. I've lived in Cleveland my entire life, Herlemania. I don't know how you could argue that. I mean, their speeds are awesome. Their LTE it's everywhere. I don't know. I mean, who would you consider king then in Cleveland? DC Redskin, what's happening, buddy? Glad you could be here. M. Kelleher says, how bad truly is Verizon's congestion? Depends. If you're over your 22 gig limit, it can be bad. Or if you're like me, in my case, you're just, trying to make sure that, I want to hold Verizon to their promises, to their terms of service. It's not that bad. I mean, I don't have a problem with, them having to manage the network a little bit, but I do have a problem with them not restoring speeds on cell sites when they say they will. Big shout out to my wife. Love her. Where are we at? 65 in the house, only 25 likes. Can we get some likes, please? Only 33. I got 70 in the chat. Let's get more than 33 likes. And Keller says Verizon needs to do something to force people to use Wi-Fi to cut down the congestion. Crap. I'm Kelleher, man. Like, I couldn't disagree with you more, man. I want to be able to do whatever I want with my LT. I'm paying the bill. It's my money, the terms of service, whatever, you know. Couldn't disagree with you more, man. Brock's in Rapid City, South Dakota. Put in his visible SIM about an hour ago. He's going to be testing it out and reporting back, hopefully. Yeah, Frankie, it's been good, man. I'm not one to like candy coat. I'm not one to lie. I'm not one, you know, to try to keep the truth from people. Honestly, the visible service has been excellent for me. I'm also in a very strong Verizon LTE area. So no surprises. It is good. Bill Hunt says, what T-Mobile devices are capable of 600 megahertz? Bill, I believe anything that is relatively new, like within the last year, like pretty much any phone that's a 2019 phone is probably 600 megahertz compatible from the Android as well as the iPhone side. Going to be flagship level, so we're talking like Samsung Galaxy Note 9, Samsung Galaxy S9. I think the S8 as well is also 600 megahertz compatible. So, David B, I hate you. Do not hit the dislike button. I'm Keller. I used to be like you, man. I used to be on Wi-Fi all the time, and then just my life got very mobile, and Wi-Fi just turning off and on, and trying to get connected to Wi-Fi all the time, and searching for passwords and asking people for passwords, and I ain't into that no more, man. You're right, though, I'm Keller. It is taking a long time. And just lost my spot. I thought I was doing good. All right. Sneed, what day next week do you think the merger will happen? I don't know, man. I've been wrong on that like all the time. Nimmer, what up? Glad you could be here, man. Thank you for the super chat donation. My bad on that video, man. I know you you made it abundantly and crystal clear to me that you did not like it. I apologize for that. Nimmer, what I even did was I even deleted the video. I retracted it. I'll try to see if I can get back to producing it with audio. So sorry about that, man. Was not intentional for sure. All right, I'm gonna have to skim down all the way, guys. I'm trying to catch up. God, man, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna have to just jump up here. Yeah, Hurtlemania, that's probably right. Anything T-Mobile's selling right now will be 600 megahertz compatible. They wouldn't sell you anything without it. 600 megahertz has become, I mean, pretty streamlined for them. So. David B's text says, Ting for the win. Maybe when I get more subs, I'll talk about them again. And maybe get a sponsored deal, man. Never know. DJ Gaten brings up a good piece of information there. Well, Wi-Fi isn't always good, and that's definitely true. Tom says, Sneed, I've been using the visible.com website to chat, and I've been waiting for hours for them to answer and still have not gotten through yet. Tom, if you're on the web, if you use like an Internet Explorer, Chrome browser, I got good results that way. The app wasn't working for me. John M's on his Galaxy Note 9. Nice phone. I'm excited actually about the Note 10. It's going to be expensive. I hear there's no headphone jack. There's a lot, you know, speculation and stuff and rumor, but we'll see. All right. Anyways. So now that we spent like the first 30 minutes, like not just kind of going off on tangents. Pete, you can't time me out, bro. What I want to do is I want to kind of just talk a little bit about some, I guess, updates to the merger. All right, so if you didn't catch my video earlier today, you didn't get a chance to watching it. Deutsche Telekom is in heavy negotiations with Charlie Ergen. He is the chairman and basically the CEO of Dish Network. And he's involved with the DOJ as well. These talks have been ongoing for the last week or two, and they'll be ongoing through next week as well as and this week. So that's not going to change. What's interesting here is Deutsche Telekom has made some pretty clear indications of what they want Dish to be able to do and what they don't want them to be able to do. So what Dish wants is they're going to need a really, really good sweetheart deal in order to operate on the new T-Mobile network for, they're saying about 6 or 7 years, which I'm perfectly fine with, because I truly believe that it takes at least, even in an expedited effort, like 6 or 7 years to build out a wireless network. And that's not too much to ask for. Dave B's Tech was on several weeks ago on a podcast. You know, Pete's been on. We've talked about how long it would take. I know, Dave, you said that in the past you thought maybe 3 years would be enough time. I just can't see it. Yeah, it could be functional with roaming agreements and, of course, with the new T-Mobile network. But standalone, I believe 7 years is probably good. Thinking about all the spectrum holdings that Dish has, you know, getting all that capital investment, getting other investors and partnerships together, you know, that seems realistic. So that was kind of confirmed. And also what we heard was T-Mobile, well, Deutsche Telekom, the parent company of T-Mobile out of Germany, has said that they only want to give up 12.5% capacity on the network to Dish, which to me, honestly, guys, I'd love to see what your thoughts and opinions are on this. 12.5% network capacity is like nothing. There's no way Dish could be a viable competitor as a national carrier with only 12.5% capacity on the new T-Mobile network. They're going to need at least 80 to 90%. Pete, let me know what you think. Dave, let me know what you think. I don't know. The rest of you guys in the live chat, what do you think Dish needs in order to operate competitively on the T-Mobile and Sprint merged network? 12.5% is not cutting. I think Deutsche Telekom's tripping. The DOJ is saying they want to give full access, 100% capacity to Dish. So, I mean, God, you think about like how much capacity they'll need. The new T-Mobile network will be powerful and strong. And if you think about it, it should have no problem supporting 130 million subs. That's what the Sprint and T-Mobile customers add up to. So, no, John, it's not 12.5% of coverage. Well, kind of. It's the entire network, but only 12.5% capacity. So if T-Mobile's network was capable of achieving 100 megabits per second on a tower, basically 12.5% of that capacity would be afforded to Dish customers. That's what it's basically saying. Yeah, Rafi, it is not. They are not. Visible is not sponsoring this. I am no affiliate with Visible. I'm just reviewing the service to bring you guys a new product that you might be interested in, honestly. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on there in the negotiations. You know, I've said in the past that I think, you know, the DOJ is really trying to get Dish in there badly. They want Dish. FCC wants Dish to build out a network. There's a lot of reasons for Dish to be the fourth carrier. Charlie Ergen's been difficult in these dealings. You know, he's very crude. He's a very tough businessman. It's tough. See, Tom, I disagree. I don't think 12% is plenty. There's no way that Dish could compete with T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T with only 12.5% capacity afforded to them. No way. They're going to need at least 80, if not 90% capacity. The DOJ wants 100% capacity afforded to them while they build out their network. And pricing is going to be a big thing. Like, they're going to have to compete in pricing too. So, you know, don't forget about that. I was able to actually get some new news. You guys are the first to hear it, so everybody's bunny ears perk up. The prepaid concessions for the merger have been officially agreed upon. The Discord server, the community, they know about this. There are 3 prepaid segments going to Dish in this. It's going to be Boost, which we knew. it's going to be Virgin, which we assumed. And then the third one, Sprint prepaid customers will be going to Dish. So Dish is getting Boost, Dish is getting Virgin, Dish is getting Sprint prepaid proper. You guys heard it here first. Well, the Discord server knew about it, and here you guys are. So there's your breaking news. If you are a Sprint prepaid customer, if you are a Virgin customer, if you are a Boost customer, you will be a Dish customer once this merger is completed. Yeah, Sebastian, Metro was able to stay. See, the thing is, Metro being divested here never made sense. That's Metro's, it's a T-Mobile brand. It was purchased by them long ago, developed by them, built by them, that sort of thing. So, Pete, I believe they just made it official. I don't know. Maybe that was the rumor. Maybe it was just reported as rumor. I have no idea. Tin Man says Dish needs to tell what they want to have for their plans. Tin Man, you bring up a good point. The FCC is going to be on Dish's ass. They are going to make sure that everything is in place for these agreements. Very, very tight. They're going to be managed very, very closely. So yeah, definitely. Cesar says, I've done the math. Dish would need about 83.7% to be able to do what needs to be done to create a new carrier. How'd you come up with that number? That's like crazy specific. Tin Man 36 says, since when is Dish getting Virgin? Only heard Boost. Yeah, Tin Man, I just got the news today. It's Virgin Mobile has been added as well as Sprint prepaid. TracFone's its own company. John's. M. Kelleher says U.S. Cellular is the fourth carrier, so all these arguments are dumb. Why can't we just have three carriers and call it no? U.S. Cellular is not a national carrier. They're a regional carrier that has roaming agreements that they get full national service on. So, Madbird, thanks for taking care of business there on the promos. Thank you, as well as Rafi. Thanks, buddy. Frankie says, I agree, 80+%. Keyword here is be competitive in the mobile wireless space. 12.5 is not even close to being practical. Deutsche Telekom is on crack. Frankie, man, me and you don't agree on much. Well, we agree like 10% of the time. So, honestly, man, I agree with you. How are you going to compete with carriers with only 12.5% of capacity? That's just insane. Madbird with the super chat. Thanks, broski. Thank you so much, man. Very generous of you. Thank you. All right, Jessica chimes in, says, I say give them 70% capacity. I think that's better than 12.5, but again, to truly compete, they're probably going to need more. K-Do says, I'm going to try Visible on an old Verizon Galaxy S6 Edge. I'll try it on my S8 Active. I don't know if those devices will activate. You'll have to check their compatibility tool where you put in the IMEI number. Family Dad says, what was that promo your brother just got? I don't know, man. It was like some kind of device promo. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get a screenshot from him. He could show me. Hey, Troy, no problem, man. Xander says 69% capacity. Say no more. That's not going to cut it, man. We need more than that. If Dish was to become a fourth national carrier, I would definitely try them out, man. Got to give them a shot. I'd like to see how they integrate the network. I'd like to test their call quality, their texting, all the actual factuals on it. Bill Hunt says, any word on T-Mobile Select? Beta test on TV service. I haven't seen anything. I've heard like people are getting emails and notifications for like offers, mostly for the home internet though. But like I said, if you have Layer 3 TV offered in your area, it's the same service. If you have any questions about T-Mobile's T-Vision, their TV service, or Layer 3 TV, Pete's the man. He's moderating in the chat. You guys can ask him. He's got all the answers you need. He's had the service for several years. DJ Gaten Tech says Dish wouldn't probably have 5G for a while. Au contraire, mon frere. If the key is to compete, 2 or 3 years from now, 5G will be in full swing. So that means Dish is going to have 5G ready. And that's where you kind of come in. That's where that mid-band spectrum comes from that they own. They'll be using that for 5G. And I think they're going to want to close the deal pretty soon because they're going to want to get in on some of the millimeter wave that's going to be for auction in December. You're going to want to get in on some of that. Connor says T-Mobile needs to keep low band. Yeah, it's very valuable. That was their huge investment a few years ago, getting that 600 megahertz. And of course, they do have 700 megahertz holdings. Take care, Angel. Peace. Tom says, how many MVOs does T-Mobile have? I'm guessing less than 5. Actually, I think more than 5. They've got Mint. They've got Simple. They've got Metro. Those are some of the ones I could think of off the rip. I think H2O is AT&T. I don't know. There's just so much. It's hard to keep track of all of it. Anyways, I wanted to cover kind of like, oh yeah, Google Fi. That's true, Pete. Kind of like my takeaway from what's going on right now with the merger. It's, if I could give you guys any advice, the merger is kind of like this up and down, this seesaw, this side to side twists and turns of the merger. Try not to get too high or too low. I try to report important information that can kind of keep you updated, but I definitely, I don't try to hype people up and I don't try to drive people down on the matter. So when I do, offer these types of takeaways, updates, and news, just take it at its surface value. Don't look too far into it like a deal's happening tomorrow. I mean, of course it could, but there's always indicators of that, and we haven't really seen those yet. We do see progress is being made. Looks like Charlie Ergen has set the prepaid segment of what he's going to be taking. Looks like he's made it pretty clear about the spectrum holdings he wants. Looks like he's going to get a lot out of the DOJ because, again, the DOJ, they want Dish to be the fourth carrier, and it makes total sense and it works. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Charlie's a tough dude to work with. Deutsche Telekom doesn't want to bend too much. The DOJ obviously wants to make sure that this gets accepted and is approved, and they don't have to sue to block it, along with the attorneys general lawsuit. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on. Yeah, it's been a total roller coaster. The FCC's on Charlie Ergen's ass as well. They're like, you gotta deploy this spectrum. You got a March 2020 deadline. They're trying to get an extension on that. They're trying to figure that part out. The FCC obviously wants to regulate them very closely. I don't think there's a lot of trust in Charlie Ergen and what Dish is doing. A lot of people don't like Dish. Therefore, they don't like them as a fourth national carrier, and I get that. So, but do keep in mind, hey, Hank, what's going on, man? Glad you made it to say hello. Thanks, man. Oh, and Hank, man, how you like the Denver Nuggets' chances next year? Looks like the Warriors are kind of done winning championships for now. I haven't talked hoops in a while. So yeah, that's what's been going on there with the merger. Update on Visible. Visible service has been good. Patrick, what's going on? Visible service has been excellent. Speeds have been good, between 15 to 25 megabits per second on the download, between 15 and 40 megabits per second on the upload. It's been awesome. Consistent. I haven't been really throttled much. Master Bill says, Sneed, are you running for president in 2020? Man, they ain't nobody gonna vote for me. I mean, my subscribers will vote for me, but that's probably it. Nobody ever heard of me. Mark says, what is your opinion on the 5% cap in investing in Dish like Amazon or Google? So, Mark, the 5% cap is a Deutsche Telekom requirement. They're trying to say, we don't want any capital investors coming in, being these mega players, buying huge stakes, or outright buying Dish and then operating as a huge conglomerate that could potentially overtake T-Mobile. So that's what they're afraid of. So they're basically saying, we don't want Amazon, we don't want huge conglomerates taking over and then becoming these big options that we can't compete with. So where am I at here? Connor says, I think Dish's spectrum will be put up for auction if they don't use it soon, and T-Mobile should buy their low and their mid band. I don't know how much T-Mobile needs low band right now. They seem to be deploying what they have pretty well. The mid band, if the merger doesn't go through, that would make a lot of sense. Family Dad says, fast forward 5 years, how do you rank Dish Mobile? I don't know. I got to see these concessions. I got to see the final ones. I know the prepaid ones now. I don't know. It just kind of depends. Depends what the concessions are. Char Cohen says, what about your Verizon service? Any updates? I honestly, guys, I'm so frustrated with my Verizon service. I'm being throttled. I'm not being deprioritized. I'm being throttled. So I'm frustrated. I actually prefer to use my visible device more than my Verizon postpaid. And my Verizon postpaid service is supposed to be better. And it's just aggravating. I don't even want to use it. It's still a little bit faster than my visible service, but like I'm just so frustrated and fed up with the whole thing that I'm being throttled. Like I should be deprioritized, not throttled. And that's the problem. And I'm trying to work through these things. Like I've already talked to tier 1, tier 2 support. I've worked with the executive side of Verizon. I filed an FCC complaint. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to deal with it. They're pissing me off. They try to act like you're stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. So aggravating. I'm not the average user on their network. I'm not to say that I'm some kind of like master of technology of their network, but honestly, like I've used their network for years. I've been speed testing it forever. I'm on the same towers all the time. I monitor the speeds. I know what I'm talking about. I know their network in my area better than they do. And, they try to give you the runaround. They try to dog you, Frankie says, Sneed, I asked you this in your last video. How long will it take to build out an infrastructure network? How long did it take Verizon and AT&T to accomplish this nationwide? Slightly over a decade. Well, Frankie, your question, I think 6 to 7 years is legitimate. Like that's pretty expedited. The thing about Dish though, is they do have a lot of spectrum assets. So the issue is not going to be, well, we have to wait for a spectrum auction. They've got the spectrum to build out. So now it's just an issue of time, like man labor, getting people out, creating the tower sites, the macros, the micro sites, all of that stuff. So that being said, the 6-7 years is legitimate. I think that can be done. In terms of how Verizon and AT&T did it, it started in phases. Remember, Verizon and AT&T were only doing calling over their network. They weren't doing texting for a while. They weren't doing data. Data, if you're just going to be talking like 1X, 2G, 3G, each of those different technologies took several years to build out, perfect, and master. And of course, LTE is, no joke. Like it took till now from the early 2000, well, I guess I should say the late 2008, 9, 10-ish to when they started developing the infrastructure for LTE. So, yeah. And I'm trying to catch up here. Xander, I will not be doing a 4th of July speed test because it'll be 0. Rafi, go ahead and use that link, man, that referral code. It's $20. You got an extra phone that is compatible with Visible. Try it. It's not much to invest. Master Bill, Cricket is owned and operated by AT&T. Dave Beast Tech with the super chat. Thanks, man. Are you participating in social media blackout? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like uninstall Twitter. I tried Twitter. I don't even like Twitter, man. I'm not really big on social media. I dig the comment section of my videos. That's about as social as I get. Tin Man says, does Visible give Wi-Fi calling on unlocked phones? AT&T and Verizon Wireless block that. So Tin Man 36. First of all, Visible does do Wi-Fi and HD calling on their unlocked phones. Or at least on my unlocked phone. I have a Google Pixel 3 XL that I bought from Best Buy unlocked. And it does do all of those things. As for Verizon Wireless blocking Wi-Fi calling on unlocked phones, that's not true. Maybe AT&T still does. I heard that they've lifted that on some models, but Verizon has always given me HD calling, Wi-Fi calling, and voice over LTE. on all of my unlocked devices. So I'm not really sure if that was just your assumption or somebody gave you some bad information. So. Man, where am I at here? Jarrett says, what do you think about T-Mobile slowing way down on speed due to all of these MVNOs and carriers on the T-Mobile network due to this deal? Probably 175 plus million customers. But keep in mind, they're going to have the capacity of 2 networks in one. So, you know, I don't know. I think they'll be fine. Ooh, Hurleman's got a promo for you guys. A good deal. Best Buy has the Pixel 3 for $200 if you sign up for Sprint. It's part of the 4th of July sale. Might be something to consider. Just Jay is in the house. Connor, Sprint is not really good in my area. There's a lot of 3G. Frankie says time, labor equals capital. Do they have the capital to pull this off? I believe not. Yeah, but they can get investors in on that. I mean, if they got 5 or 6 partial investors, it'd be no problem for them to do that. They could work it out. And the DOJ can actually facilitate that, so they could regulate it even. Bill Hunt, no Verizon 5G in my area, but T-Mobile 5G in the Cleveland area, so they've got it. Keller says all the NBA and stuff needs to just go away. Pause without them, the customers will put what? I'm not sure about the NBA comment, but yeah, anyways. All right, so my goal was to be on for about an hour just to come and hang out with you guys. So if there's any kind of stuff you want to talk about, comment on, Q&A, we'll just kind of make it open to whatever. Tim Ann says, good to know. Heard Verizon Wireless does, and S9 Plus doesn't get it on AT&T. I don't think PZW does. I'll check on that. I'm not surprised that AT&T locks out unlocked phones from those services, but I know Verizon Wireless does. So, and actually, what's interesting about the Galaxy phones, like the S9 Plus, is once you put a certain SIM card in there, the firmware automatically gets updated. So you start to see all the Verizon settings and all the AT&T settings and stuff like that. Jar Cohen, I didn't get a T-Mobile SIM yet. I'm working on it. I'll probably get something going after the Visible trial. I'll check into it for you. I'm definitely going to do an LTE only challenge from T-Mobile. I'll probably do one for AT&T. And I've said before, I'm holding off on Sprint because they may be gone. There'll be no reason to review Sprint. Jared says, why do some carriers not want you to be able to use Wi-Fi calling? I've never heard that before. Tom, merger will happen on July 9th. Next week, my birthday. Tom shares a birthday with another subscriber on the channel. What up, Mike? July 9th. Six Brothers says, hey, Sneed, love your videos, live streams. Will the Sprint name be going away? Will they be closing Sprint stores? So I got to kind of play predictor there. So the Sprint name will be going away. It'll just be the new T-Mobile. Will they be closing Sprint stores? They'll be closing some of the ones that are redundant and very close to T-Mobile stores. However, I do believe that a lot of those people will be getting job offers within T-Mobile stores, in sales, in management, other locations. T-Mobile's going to build out stores. They'll keep some of the Sprint stores, but some of them will indeed close. And I think they're going to retain as many customers as they can. Just keep in mind that even without this merger, Sprint jobs have been lost for, I don't know, man, several years. It's been multiple quarters. I mean, just last year, I don't know, it was like 30,000 jobs were cut from Sprint, if not more. So that hasn't seemed to stop the bleeding, honestly. Matt Dub says, you have me thinking about trying Visible, Sneed. Hey, if you use the referral code, it's $20. It's the worst that could happen. Tin Man says, I don't get Wi-Fi calling or voice over LTE on AT&T. Yeah, because you have an unlocked device and they don't honor that. They're annoying. That's why I left them, actually, Tin Man. I would still have AT&T if it wasn't for that. Did somebody do a super chat? Did I miss one? Master Bill, if I didn't get to your super chat, Sneed for president. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. If I missed it, I don't know. I'm sorry. Thanks, buddy. All right. Let's get back to the chat here. Jamil with the super chat. Thanks, buddy. Man, this thing is moving too fast. I can't even. Where did it? Jamil, glad you could be here, by the way. Moderating. He's got a wrench. Where? DJ Gaden's birthday is on the 31st. Mike, where you at, bro? Braveheart's in the house. What's happening? Trying to catch up. I lost my spot. Frankie says, what's your take between Deutsche Telekom and Dish at the negotiation table? How do you perceive that going? Honestly, I see Deutsche Telekom as being very civil, being very patient, and I see Charlie Ergen just being annoying and difficult and like driving Deutsche Telekom crazy in a lot of different ways. So, and also keep in mind, like, Deutsche Telekom is not an American company. Dish is, so maybe their business practices are a little bit different. So that could be kind of a thing there. What's up, Jay Brown? Connor says, what brands did Alltel use? I had Alltel. What do you mean by what brands? Like brands of phones? They had most of the same stuff that everybody else. M. Keller says Isabel needs to go up in price, I think. What are you talking about here? Andy Logan's on Visible. Let us know how the service is, Andy. Appreciate some feedback on that. And let us know which market you're in. Tiny says, if approved, what would happen to those that have Sprint phones? Well, if the Sprint phones are fully compatible on the T-Mobile network, you could use them. If you've got an older, mostly CDMA functional phone, then you're going to have to decommission that baby and get something new. Junkyard, nice comment, man. Dish may come out smelling like a rose, possibly. Some people see them as the savior on this deal. I don't, but some people do. I know, Tom. Everybody's cool tonight. Yeah, Pete brings up a good point. A lot of the newer phones that are on Sprint, I mean, they're just locked because they have to be paid off, but they're fully compatible. Wait, how am I in timeout, man? You can put me in time. I didn't do anything. Oh, crap. I said CDMA. Oh, man. One more question for Six Brothers. This is the last question you can ask tonight. Says, and also to Pete, how soon after the merger is approved will the Sprint name go away and the overlapping Sprint stores be closed? Probably within a year and a half, 2 years. We'll see some of them starting to go after a year. I don't know. Who knows? M. Kelleher, why does Visible need to raise their rates? How does that make any consumer sense? What is that? Like, seriously, why would you say it needs to be more expensive? That's so anti-consumer. Jamil, I haven't even tested the hotspot, man. You just reminded me. I'm going to try that tomorrow. I'm going to use like 50 gigs of hotspot tomorrow. In fact, I'm just going to connect my other phone to the hotspot all day. Xander says no buffering here. Excellent. Seabass, LOL. Not an LOL matter. Connor says, what frequencies did Alltel use? I don't even remember, man. I don't remember. I wasn't into it I wasn't into the technology like this at the time. I was like 16 years old. I wasn't really caring, man. I was just glad to be able to call my friends. Texting wasn't even a big thing yet when I was 16. David Beast, Texas, Verizon needs to be more expensive. Too cheap. Frankie says, Sneed, do you have the source link regarding Dish acquiring Boost version and Sprint? Yeah, you know what I'll do, Frankie? I'll find the link. God, man. I don't know if it was Bloomberg or CNBC. I don't know. I'll get you the link, man. I'll find it for you. Tom says Visible might raise their rates to $50 a month once 5G rolls out. I don't know about all that. I'm Keller. Why is $40 too cheap for unlimited? If you bundle 5 lines together on a family plan, nobody's really paying more than $40 a month for those lines. So why is $40 a month on prepaid too cheap? Jessica, I agree. Verizon needs to be cheaper for their congested ass network. Straight up. Calamitous 98. What's wrong with being anti-consumer? I wish rates across the industry would go up, so dealer commissions would also increase. Why would they? Why do rates have to go up for dealers to make more money? Let the dealers make more money. Take away from the big guy. Don't take away from consumers. Take away from the host of the network, the big money maker. Take away from the big wigs, the executives. What kind of talk is that? Pissing me off now. I am not anti-consumer, ever. Makes zero sense. No, don't bring that stuff over here. Got me triggered, man. Mustard's in the house. Verizon just needs to go out of business. That's not happening. They're one of the most profitable carriers in the nation. You can make an argument it's either them or it's AT&T. TomTom says if Verizon was cheaper, it'd continue to grow, causing more congestion. Yeah, that's kind of true. David B's Tech pays $26 a line. Good deal. Man, I can't believe literally people are saying rates need to go up. That is absurd. Crazy talk. Yeah, Rafi, seriously. Who says rates need to go up? Not a consumer that I know. And if your argument is, well, I want to see dealers make more money, well, their deals need to be better from the carrier. Jamil, what did you say? Where's your comment? Just write it again, Jamil. Go ahead. TomTom, I don't have Netflix personally, but my wife does, so kind of, I guess. I know, Rafi. Come on, man. We're all here for the, we're all here for the customers, man. It's all about the consumers. Jarrett says it only takes 6 to 10 megabits per second to stream HD. Wish T-Mobile didn't cap video streaming. Some plans at, wow, 1.5. That sucks. Yeah, Mark, tell him. Mark. You know what, DJ? DJ Gaten Tech says people don't use that much data. It's really starting to go up. I got a special video that I'm working on, actually. I'm building the script now on that, how much data people are using. It's crazy. Be surprised what mobile data is starting to do. I can't copy and paste. Magic Mike says, I'm a ghost. Am I a ghost? What does that mean? Did you say something and I missed it? Hey, everybody get your tinfoil hats on. Dave B's Tech. Connor, have to disagree with you there. They are not basically Verizon. Come on, man. Crazy talk. Dave B's Tech says, I use 1 gig. Must be on a lot of Wi-Fi. Sneed, why does Verizon have a single line plan for $710 a month, including 100 gigs of data? What? Is that real life? If you could just retype your comment, Magic Mike, I'll get to it, man. Sebastian says, I sometimes use more than 50 gigs. I use over 250 gigs a month. Madbird, when the merger gets approved, we're all going to be wearing tinfoil hats. Tom, I remember bucket plans, man. Those sucked. My sister would use like 15 gigs of the 25 gigs, and then we'd have 10 gigs between like 5 other people. It's crazy. Jesse Schumacher uses 150 gigs every month on T-Mobile. Any slowdowns, Jesse? My mom uses 15 gigs a month. That ain't bad. My mom probably uses that much too. Frankie, how did I miss your comment? I'm trying to keep up. Tom, that's incredible. I can't believe they have a deal like that. Yeah, Sebastian. I know it's a $10 add-on. I ain't paying. I'm probably going T-Mobile for 5G. Mustard says apparently there's 5G in Michigan for a few years, and I didn't know it. Madbird's on a bucket plan. Probably saving money on it then. Magic Mike says you do know T-Mobile 5G is free for all customers. Could AT&T fee and D for to Verizon do that? Sorry, I had to poke fun. Oh, I know, Mike. I know Verizon's They got a $10 fee. They're waiving it for now, but they're still charging. AT&T, they don't even make it available to all their customers, and they're charging an arm and a leg for speeds. So yeah, it's frustrating. Xander's using 73 gigs. It's not bad. That's a low month for me. Just Jay's using 80 a month. Since everybody's just saying how much they use, everybody in the comment section, let me know how many gigs of mobile data you use. Let's piss off M. Keller. Everybody talk about how much data they use, how much they don't spend on Wi-Fi. Where are we at here? Cesar wants to know how many gigs does Metro PCS give to customers? I think it depends on your plan. If you got an older plan or a newer one, most of the time they're unlimited, but they are heavily deprioritized. You know, Mustard, it's unfortunate that 200 megabits per second is considered 5G, but it's, don't be, kind of like confused. Well, don't be disappointed by the speeds we have in 5G right now. It's very early in the development of the network, so hang tight. Joe is using a terabyte of data a month. Holy crap. I use a quarter terabyte per month. Tin Man says, Sneed, I was wrong. Verizon does support Wi-Fi calling on locked phones. I just put a Verizon SIM into my phone and it's there. Yeah, I tried to tell you, man. Should have believed me. But it's good you tested it to see that it is confirmed to work. I personally dealt with these issues, so I know. That's why I left AT&T. You didn't get voice over LTE on unlocked devices or Wi-Fi calling or HD calling. Mark Garcia says it's all about Tom says, Sneed, why are you holding out from switching to T-Mobile? I'm just wrapping up my Visible service and then I'll switch. Just doing some trials here. Cesar, I use about as much as you. I'm at that 260 to 270 range. Connor says, how was T-Mobile in 2010? Awful. It was bad. It was really bad. Network was so bad. Pete says, Sneed is waiting till the 5G is more of Cleveland. Yeah, but I'm excited to try the T-Mobile 5G. The problem is I got to get a millimeter wave device. So I don't know if that's going to be an S10 5G or if it's going to be an LG V50. I kind of like the LG V50 a little bit better, but I bet you the S10 is probably a better device for connectivity. So maybe I should go that way. Joe says T-Mobile in 2010 was the ghetto network. Kind of. Jamil says Visible Hotspot works on Netgear MR100 for more than one user without lowering the speed to 5 megabits per second. Jamil, send me an email on that, man. I don't know. That sounds really intriguing. That might be a viable option for some people. Bill Hunt says, is millimeter wave viable for rural settings? Probably not. They're going to want to go low band, at least mid band for sure. Where are we at here? Frankie says, my birthday is coming up. I'm a real life nephew of Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. Singing songs. Magic Mike says, I'm on the military family plan and they literally cut my bill by half. Awesome. Used to pay $285. Now we pay $155 a month for a family of 4. Limited talk and text, 4G LTE. Going with T-Mobile since 2002. Nice. I just saw something about a phone, a Galaxy something. Where are we at here? Randy says, Sneed, should I buy the Galaxy A30? What's the specs on the Galaxy A30? And tell me what phone you currently have, because I wouldn't want you to upgrade on a downgrade. You always want to get a better device. All right, so Jamil, you got the 2 antennas for the router. Nice setup. All right, so you're getting a strong signal. Yeah, those military plans are no jokes, man. They really got to take care of the people. So, Creative says, what do you think will happen with store managers if the merger goes through? There'll be managers at other stores. Some of the old Sprint stores will still be operated as T-Mobile stores. There's going to be a lot of customers to support, obviously. So I don't see too much changing. I believe they'll be offered jobs at some capacity. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. Got to get to bed. I'm exhausted. Brian says, why buy a millimeter wave only 5G phone? Way too much money just to get 5G only on millimeter wave. Good question, Brian. I guess it just depends on the user if they're willing to pay for it. Oh, God, Tom. Everybody get your tinfoil hats. You don't want to grow those horns out of your head. Oh, my God. All right, let's wrap up the chats. Any comments, questions? All right, Brandy says, I have the LG Stylo 4. The Galaxy A30 has a 1080 Super AMOLED display. That's an upgrade. 4 gigs of RAM. That's an upgrade. 4,000 milliamp hour battery. That's an upgrade. And the camera's going to be better. What's the cost on the Samsung Galaxy A30? I mean, it might be worth it. It's definitely a much better phone than the Stylo. Stylus or not. Rafi, happy safe and 4th of July. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Same to you, buddy. Enjoy the holiday. $200 for the Samsung Galaxy A30. That's the phone to get, man. That might be the best value at $200. All right. Any more super chats you guys want to donate? Any comments that you want to wrap it up on? Any questions? Let's close this off. Get ready for bed here. It's getting late. We're over here on the Eastern Seaboard, man. It's like 11 p.m. So you guys that are all on the far West Coast and in Utah and Tejas and New Mexico and all that, you guys got it going on. You guys are like 2-3 hours behind. Yeah, happy 4th to all. Happy holiday to you guys. I hope you enjoy the day off. Have fun with the fireworks and your families. Don't blow your freaking hands off, or else you're not going to be able to, participate in the live chat here anymore. Your Twitter fingers, you need those. I think we'll leave it at that. I ain't moving out of it. Oh, man. Cleveland Browns going 10-6, baby. 10-6, and we're going to win the division. We'll probably keep the Baltimore Ravens out, and we'll definitely keep the Pittsburgh Steelers out. Nobody likes the Steelers. The night is young, Joe. Joe, you must be young. Old Sneed ain't young. Yeah, happy 4th, everybody. And a big shout out to my mom. Happy birthday to my mom. Love my mom. All right, we're done. I'm leaving it at that. Yeah, see, you're a young man, Joe. I want to thank all the moderators for being here, holding down the wrenches. I want to thank the newly appointed moderator, Matt Bird. Thank you for holding it down. Rafi, as always, phenomenal job. Thank you so much. The legendary Pete, thank you for being on and moderating. Jamil, thank you for moderating, sir. You are a gentleman and a fine sir. I want to thank a special thank you to all the donations, all the super chats. Thank you guys for those considerations and those very kind gestures. Thank you so much. I want to thank all the viewers, all the subscribers, all the commenters, all those in the live chat. Please go ahead and like this video before you guys exit. Stay tuned to the channel for more updates on the merger. I'm working on a couple more special videos. You guys know I like to do those every so often, so be on the lookout for a couple things in the next week or two. I want to wish you all a happy holiday and a safe one. Stay out of trouble. Be cool. Don't do anything stupid. Keep all your digits. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys Friday for the official live stream on the podcast. So take her easy. Peace.